All right, and I got like a random question for you. So I was speaking with Joaquin Buckley. This is the last one I got for you, and he was telling me a story about how like you guys have the same manager, Brian Butler,
Hmm.
and I guess you helped corner him in his debut because
Hmm.
he didn't have anybody with him.
When I first got signed with the UFC, I was on my own, and that's when I fought Kevin Holland.
Right.
I didn't have no team behind me. I had somebody in my corner, but I didn't even know the guy. The guy just
Mm.
happened to be managed by the same manager of mine. His name is Kai Kamaka. He fights in Bellator.
He's
Real
got to
cool
win.
dude. Yeah, yep. Real cool dude too. And I told Brian, I was like, bro, I ain't got no team down here, bro. I'm gonna need somebody in my corner. Can you find somebody? Kai was available. He came with me, but in my head, I'm doing this on my own, right?
Right.
Uh, for me to do my filing with my paperwork with the UFC, me doing my medicals, me cutting my weight, all that type of shit. I was by myself the whole time into the room up until the fight where I had to warm up behind closed doors,
Hmm.
and that's when I met Kai. And once I went out there and fight Kevin, I can hear his coaches saying all this type of other shit. Do he ain't ready, all that. But in my mind, I'm just like, I'm trying to change my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat me that night. Cool, right? But you talking
Right.
about somebody that was already in the UFC for like 4 years, then got their feet wet. And
Hmm.
I'm coming off the backyard
Right.
training at Forest Park. You were supposed to beat me. You were supposed to beat me.
Yeah. So, yeah, yeah, that's exactly how it
Yeah.
happened. So
What
I
was that
cornered.
like? How did he like? How'd you guys even link up, and what would you kind of make of all that?
Um, well, see, you know that, but then like
Yeah.
we fought. So the week before he made his UFC debut, we fought on the same card in LFA. Um,
Mm.
so we were like, he actually like we were in the hot tub together. We didn't know each other. We met each other there. Like me and my cousin Ray, we met him there, and then I go to Vegas because I'm moving to Vegas. My manager calls me and Brian that if I could help Joaquin Buckley, who I just fought with, and I was like, oh yeah, I can corner him. His coaches got COVID, and then so we just that's how it happened. And then I made my UFC debut the following week.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean that's that. So yeah, I mean you guys know like we ended up cornering, but we also met each other. We fought in LFA like the week prior together,
Okay.
and then we ended up being I ended up cornering him against Kevin Holland.
Okay, for sure. And
Mhm.
now he's asking for that rematch. So I don't know. A lot of people are excited about that fight. Maybe we can get like round two between them.
Yeah, I mean he's a lot more prepared for it now because I mean yeah he took that fight like 4 days notice. I mean
Yeah, had no corner, so
yeah,
debut,
yeah.
and it was a good fight. Like that was a fucking war. You were in the corner, so you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was a good fight. It was just Joaquin got tired and just wasn't fighting smart. He was just fighting to fight. He just got into the UFC. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's a lot different. Like people can say what they want. It's like I mean, and I would take fights. I'm always training. That's why. But like a short notice fight is just a lot different from a fight with a camp. Like, and I'm speaking firsthand. Who I would take short notice fights all the time.
Yeah.
Like I took the Danny Chavez fight on 2 weeks notice. I took the Jonathan Pierce fight on 6 days notice. I took the Tony Kelly fight on 4 days notice. Like I'll take fight.
Damn.
It's just yeah, and that's what people don't know about the UFC. When I was in there, like all of those, that's 3 of the 4 fight was all short notice fights. So
Shit.
like there's a difference between like camp and no camp, and it's not that you cannot win. It's just there's a lot of things a lot more things go right um, and can still go wrong, but in a training camp, then that you're much more dialed in than when you take a short notice fight. I mean, you always roll a dice, even with a
Right.
camp, with not camp, but you just like you tighten up all the loose ends with a training camp.
Right. And that was actually what Joaquin said too. He's like over the short notices. But the other point he made is like financially too. That probably has a burden to some degree. So once you're able to kind of like be comfortable financially,
Yeah,
probably
it's
a little bit better to fight. You
exactly.
can fight better. Yeah.
Now that I got a team and I get to focus on this full time, I got money in the bank. I'm not stressing about nothing. Let's see how this fight goes now.
Yeah. No, I
You
want to
know,
see
but
it. I think it's a
and
good
people
fight.
and people want to see it, right?
Yeah.
You know,
A lot of
but
people
Kevin is
still
the
bring
only
that one
person
up.
like that. Kevin, the only person like, oh, bro, you don't want to fight me again. You know I'm a bad matchup. Then let's make the fight happen. Beat my ass.
Exactly. It's like, well,
Yeah.
you're training better because Everything is more like everything is more quality. The quality of sessions are better. Like everything is better. Um, that's the way it's just everything is, yeah, it's better. Everything is more scheduled. Everything is not by surprise.